Let me ask you a question. What do you call a quarterback who is fourth in yards, third in yards per attempt, fourth in yards per game, 10th in touchdown passes, has thrown 0 interceptions, and is 9th in the league in quarterback rating? What do you call that? At the very least, you would call that a franchise quarterback, correct? And if you wanted to be a little more dramatic, you would say, that's a great quarterback, right? And if you wanted to be even more extravagant with it, you would say, that is an elite quarterback. Well, those, my friends, are the numbers for my favorite, CJ Stroud. That's right, CJ Stroud, the same quarterback that going into the draft process was considered to be missing something, lacking some juice. The quarterback who everyone said was clearly miles and miles behind Bryce Young. All right, maybe I exaggerated that. Maybe no one thought he was miles behind, but there was conversation of he's not as good. The same quarterback who many of you came out and said he will never be a franchise quarterback. The criticism about him, which was he played with great receivers. Oh, it's so easy to look that good when you got those good receivers. The criticism was he's coming from Ohio State. They've never produced a franchise quarterback. Oh, he's not going to be any good. Hey, dummy. Are you paying attention? Now, throw the numbers away. Because I only bring up the numbers because you bozos will want to talk about numbers when it comes to how great somebody is. I've never been concerned with the numbers when it comes to CJ Stroud. I was always concerned with the way it looks. See, yes, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I may have had an advantage over you who didn't watch every single throw of CJ Stroud's in college the way that I did. But what I saw in college was not about the fact that he was completing a pass. Because, yeah, you can throw a ball and the receiver catches it and the stats will say 1 for 1. Doesn't matter if the ball was accurate or inaccurate. If the receiver made a great play, the stats don't reflect that. But what I looked at was, if you look at every single throw from CJ Stroud throughout his tenure at Ohio State, you may find 5 of them that were bad passes. All the others, dimes. I watched it. I saw it. I saw how easy he threw the ball. I saw how no matter what the weather was, the ball was coming out accurate, on time, and catchable. I watched the kid who was criticized for weeks leading up to the national semifinal versus Georgia for what he can't do. And he went out there and proved all of it wrong and said, yeah, you're wrong about all of this. Here's what I could do. Played his ass off. I watched the kid who went into the combine and had perhaps the greatest passing performance at a combine ever. Every single throw accurate, everything smooth, all the mechanics perfect. And yet the conversation was still, we don't know. I then watched on draft day, the Carolina Panthers decide to go with Bryce Young at number 1. I watched the SEC bias in real time in full effect, where everyone looked at him and said, he had a tougher road, he played tougher competition, I'm going to go with him. You're wrong. CJ Stroud doesn't have to continue this season on this pace to have these top 10 numbers. He doesn't, not for me. I think he's already proven he's a franchise quarterback. I think the simple rant that he had about trying to make the Houston Texans fans proud to wear the merch, that's all I needed to know. This guy is all in. This guy is committed not only to this team, but to this city, to this job as quarterback. This kid wants to be an NFL quarterback. He wants to be great. He puts in the time, obviously, because week by week by week, you see the improvements. As subtle as they may be, you are seeing the improvements. You see him take accountability when he throws a bad pass to a receiver. You see him approach that receiver and let the receiver know that one's on me. You see the camaraderie, you see the dancing, you see the excitement, you see the joy, you see this team start to come together. You see the relationship with the head coach and the offensive coordinator. These two, first-time offensive coordinator, first-time quarterback marriage, they are working together to figure things out. And you are seeing, as the season progresses, CJ Stroud is looking even better. It's a franchise quarterback. I'm only here today to say, look, if you thought CJ Stroud couldn't be a franchise quarterback, you're dead wrong. And after 4 games, it's obvious that you're dead wrong, because looking at these 4 games, he just looks like a franchise quarterback, regardless of the numbers. Throw the numbers out. Just look at the way he stands in the pocket. Look at the way he conducts himself. Look at the way he carries himself. Franchise quarterback. I'm proud I'm proud to be a fan of CJ Stroud. I am proud of the fact that this young man is going in there and is doing all the things you need him to do, surpassing expectations. I think within the next year or two, we're going to be having a conversation about CJ Stroud being the best quarterback in the NFL. It's just my 2 cents, but guess what? Sometimes I'll be right. I'll catch y'all next time.